This is the Business Owners IT Podcast with Anthony Garish and Ryan Carter, where tomorrow's technology meets today's conversations.
Hi, I'm John Gallegos.
And I'm Ryan Carter, and this is the Business Owners IT Podcast.
A podcast where we discuss tips, tricks, and solutions for business owners involving all things tech.
Hey, we got John today on a very special episode. So, let me ask you guys a question. Have you ever been out mowing your lawn, a nice hot day, and you're almost getting done, and you're just like, I'm not going to do the trimming today. I'm going to have a beer. And you go in your garage, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you open the fridge, and there's no beer in there. Oh. You're like, where the hell did my beer go? Luckily, you got your secret stash inside the house, so you go get a beer.
Yeah, but it's warm.
No, you got a secret
fridge. You got the additional fridge?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. You're one of those guys, you know. You got an extra fridge, maybe a kegerator. I don't know. But you got yourself refreshing beer, you're good. Now, later on in the day, your wife decides, hey, let's go for a walk. It's a nice day. And you're like, okay, yeah, let's go. You're walking the trail. And along the trail, you see some cigarette butts. And then all of a sudden, you see all your empty beer cans. Now, you're like, those neighborhood punks stole my beer. Oh. But how did they get into my garage?
Those dang kids.
John, how would they have gotten into his garage?
Well, first of all, Ryan, I do want to say that I'm a very big fan.
Yeah. You've been asking to be on this show for 70-plus episodes.
Finally, thank you for letting me in.
Yeah.
It's an honor and a privilege not only to be on the show, but to be working with you now for, I believe, 4 years.
Yes.
And I watch all of your shows.
Oh, yeah. He's the producer.
Editor, director.
The guy I don't
all sort
like,
of things.
that's him.
Oh, dang.
I'm too bald.
So, yeah, there's... let me reframe it like this, Ryan. What if somebody could unlock your garage door potentially, your office, copy your security badge to get into a building, or plug something into your computer that you just had no idea of that it was happening, right?
Not possible.
Oh, yeah, it's very, very possible. And they could do it with something that looks like a toy.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw that in my nephew's toy box.
So this is all over social media right now. I don't know if you saw it. Especially on Facebook, Instagram. It's called a Flipper Zero.
Not the dolphin.
Not the dolphin. And it is advertised kind of like back in the 90s. Do you remember Tamagotchis?
Yeah, is that the animal that you
Yeah, so it's that little digital pet that you'd have, and you'd have to feed it, and you'd have to like entertain it, and it sleeps and all that stuff. And if you didn't fulfill the criteria, it would like die.
Yeah, I think mine's way past that.
But you could always reset it, and it just starts all over again. So this little guy is all over social media. Again, this is called a Flipper Zero. It's basically a Swiss Army knife for hackers, penetration testers, cybersecurity people like yourself, like us, tech enthusiasts, all those things. And it's just can do about a little bit of everything. Now, you mentioned something about a garage door, Ryan. Those pesky kids getting into the house, stealing your beer and your cigarettes.
How'd they get in?
So this little guy has a multitude of things that it can do. I guess I'll start it off with what with the garage door, and that's going to be our it's sub gigahertz. So basically, what this thing can do is that it can copy different sub gigahertz signals for one, and then clone that particular signal to this device.
Okay, so let me see this thing.
Yep.
So if I was a kid and I wanted to get into your garage and steal your beer, because I know you got the best IPAs on the block, all right? And you brag about it all the time. So I'm going there, I'm stealing your $10 a beers. Mm-hmm. What am I going to do with this? Like, what do? Do I just sit at my house and program the code? Do I got to look at the code on your garage door? Or what do I do?
So that's something that you can do.
Okay, I'm lazy. I'm not going to go climb a ladder and look on your garage door.
Yeah, exactly. So when let's back up a little bit. So this thing does come stock with those particular things that you can do with it. That's going to be RFID, infrared, sub-gigahertz. Basically, it can copy these particular signals to the device and then emulate that particular signal back. So if I wanted to, just with the device stock, if I wanted to copy, say, a garage door, right? I would get my garage door opener. I can open up the app that's on there, the sub-gigahertz app. I can make the device start listening for particular signals, press the button on the garage door. It captures that signal, saves it to the device, and then when you hit the little button here, when you're in the sub-gigahertz app, you can emulate it, and then it sends that signal back to the garage door. Boom.
So when my wife thought that kid was in the bushes watching her in the window, he was actually stealing my garage.
Oh man, you gotta. It's time to get a new fence. There's some privacy hedges.
Yeah, HOA won't let me get it.
Oh, that dang HOA.
Yeah, and guess who runs the HOA? The kid's dad. Imagine that.
So it can. So not only with sub gigahertz, what I wanted to do here is not make this kind of a selling point for the flipper itself.
Right.
I wanted to kind of inform our business owners out there that something like this does exist. Right? It's like with anything, Ryan. It's a wonderful tool, but all it comes down to is intent, and in the wrong hands could be potentially something that you may not want to have around. You know?
Okay, so to tell you the truth, like you saw it as you came in today, is that we're switching to badges to get in and out of our office instead of a key. There's compliance reasons, all that for it, blah, blah, blah. And you mentioned earlier that this can steal badges, right? So as a business owner, like, how am I protecting these badges? Like, what do I tell my employees to do and not do with their badges so that someone doesn't, whatever they need to do with this to steal my badge?
Yeah, so the biggest thing with that is going to be information, education, cybersecurity training. For example, if you're working at your workstation and you have your computer open, you're working away, and you have to get up and you have to do something. You have to go to the bathroom, you have to do whatever. You leave your computer open, you are now vulnerable to potential attacks or data that's going to be exposed. And the same sort of thing would go for a badge or one of those little key fobs you have to get to enter your building. That could be swiped out. This little guy right here can just like that, take it in an amount of seconds, and they've already captured your information on this device, and they walk away with it. They can save it. They can log into the building as you, and the damage has been done.
So really, it's one of the biggest things comes down to vigilance and cybersecurity training.
Correct.
To stay away from someone to be able to do something. Because really, for you to get a badge, my badge, you would have to hold it on it, right?
Correct.
Like just like the NFC tap.
Yep. It's just like a little guy. If this marker happened to be your badge, all I'd have to go just tap really quick like that, walk away.
So if I'm not leaving out on a table, like on my keychain and stuff like that, I'm a little bit more safe than normal.
Absolutely.
I'm sure there's other ways, but those badges, it's important to keep them safe, right?
Absolutely. And think about it. The person who is now stealing the credentials could have access to restricted areas. They could trigger not wireless systems, but just there's a whole lot of bad that could come with that.
All right.
So again, that comes back to vigilance and education.
So you want to get to the nasty here? It looks like there's some upgrades you can do to this thing.
Yeah. So coming stock, this device, it's fairly harmless. Like I said, you can do some infrared stuff. You can turn TVs on, turn the volume off.
Yes.
All that sort of fun stuff.
We had channel 1 as a kid in school. I loved changing those channels. Like I had a watch.
Oh, like the Casio?
Yeah.
With the little little
that could change the channel. So right in the middle of it, change the channel.
Yeah, and then the teacher's like,
yeah.
How the heck did that happen?
And then they go back to teaching, and it's like, I just ruined it. 15 minutes of free time for everybody.
Yeah, so it's a fun little device that it interacts with all the wireless signals around you, basically, right? Now, here's where things go from interesting to pretty concerning. When you take this device and you upgrade it with specific firmware that has a little bit more functionality in it.
So a hacker hacked the hacker tool.
Hacker hacked the hacker tool, exactly.
That's what they're made
You
for.
start getting into things that are, fun for us, but potentially dangerous for business owners, absolutely. It stops becoming a tool of sorts and becomes more...
Don't worry about the water softener refreshing it.
Is that the water softener? I
Yeah.
thought that was static.
No, I think it's the water softener.
I'm hoping it's... I'm like, wait, is that static?
Yeah.
So it stops becoming a tool and becomes more of a platform. You can start adding things like GPIO boards to this. So on top of this little device, it has little pins in there where you could add little boards. This little guy right here happens to be an ESP32 Wi-Fi development board that came with the flipper. Basically what it does is it gives it Wi-Fi functionality. And like I said, things can get kind of dirty with that.
So some attacks you could possibly do with that Wi-Fi would be what?
Yeah, so it can connect to other hardware. It can potentially transmit Wi-Fi deauthentication packets to specific wireless access points. So, for example, if I'm in any given area and I want to scan for wireless access points, it can read all those access points and say, I didn't like somebody named John Smith.
Yep.
And their Wi-Fi access point was named Smith. Well, I now know where that target is. I can send deauthentication packets to that access point, shut it down. And I don't have to be connected to the Wi-Fi network.
So another classic attack is man in the middle, right? Mm-hmm. And man in the middle works pretty well where I pretend I'm that same access point name. Mm-hmm. So, whatever, say your access point name is Smith, I just pretend I'm Smith, shut yours down, and then you start, attaching to mine. And that's how I get man in the middle attack on your network. One thing you can do, business owners, is most wireless networks now have rogue access point detection, and it's something that you can turn on. Just talk to your MSP, or even just hit us up in the comments, and we'll show you how to turn it on. With, 90% of wireless access points, you could do that now, except for the old terrible ones. But for the most part, we can help you out with that, or anyone can.
Yeah, so you don't have to be connected to a network to do that, business owners. You can, like Ryan said, we can clone these specific wireless access points and then set up an evil portal if we wanted to.
Oh.
And we've done a little bit talking about evil portals in the past. I'm going to link you guys to our Evil Jinx portal episode in the upper right hand of your screen. So what that is, the evil portal jinx, is I want to act like a wireless access point. Say I'm at Starbucks. I name my wireless access point Starbucks. So you're going to Starbucks, you're getting your coffee, and then you want to log into their Wi-Fi. You see the Wi-Fi network, try to access it. It brings you to a login page that says, welcome to Starbucks. Here's your free Wi-Fi. Enter your credentials, enter your username, enter your password. Nothing happens, but I've just captured your credentials using this guy right here. And chances are, unfortunately, Ryan, if you're using this with your username and your password, it's probably for Facebook, your bank, your email, all sorts of different accounts that I could use that for and try.
Oh, and if you attach to a wireless access point and it says it's unencrypted, get out, go away. That's when you're able to, your talk between your computer and, say, your bank is not actually encrypted anymore, and someone's decrypting that traffic along the way, and that's how they're stealing your username and password. So if it says it's an unencrypted network, doesn't matter how important it is, don't do it. Unless you don't care about your banking information.
You should care about your banking information.
Yeah, we all do.
Absolutely. So the real risk isn't the device itself, it's how adaptable it can become, and of course the user's intent. Hackers aren't going to rely on one tool. They look for weak systems. They test everything to accomplish their objective. Like you and Tony always say, they look for the low-hanging fruit. They look for what's going to be easiest to them. So try different things. Weak badge system, like we talked about. Copy that access. Open USB ports. This guy also acts as a USB rubber ducky. We've done an episode on that also with Austin. I'm going to link you guys in the upper right-hand corner again. Ryan, what is a USB rubber ducky?
I'm trying to figure out where the right-hand corner is.
That's going to be your, I think your left.
Would it be my
arm?
left?
Yes.
Here? Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was just trying to figure out, I think the bubble will be there. But either way, you will get the bubble. What is a rubber ducky? A rubber ducky is actually just a USB device that acts as a keyboard. So when you plug it in, it would just act as keystrokes going in. So then we could take it and put in any keystrokes we want to make a script, open up PowerShell, go to that episode, right? It's right there.
It's really good.
Yeah,
Austin did a great job.
Yeah, and for the most part, it would just, you'd run a script to go to a website and we play Rickrolls. But you could also take all of your documents on your computer and send them somewhere to, say, Google Drive, something like that. Anything that can be scripted, which is anything these days, could be done.
Could you still potentially log in credentials with that?
I could. You would have. Yes, you can. I could figure it out.
Dangerous stuff. So, again, weak badge system, open USB ports, like we said, getting up and walking away from the computer, old wireless systems, old anything, old legacy tech is going to be really, really bad for you and good for somebody who wants to take advantage of you and your network and your business. So things to look out for, business owners, that outdated badging system, no access logging, shared credentials, open USB ports, like we said, walking away from the computer, legacy wireless tech, and employee security training. Training.
And find a good one. Find a good training that people will actually watch.
We have a great one.
Yeah, we've talked about Huntress before, which I think their platform's called Curricula or something like that, but they're a really good one. There's a few other ones out there. I just don't know off the top of my head. But I've noticed the engagement since we've switched to using the Huntress one, is not only from our team, but other places. Like our guys will be, actually, I have a client I go visit, and when I'm going down their stairs, all of the employees print out their little certificates every month when they do it. So they got a wall of certificates of the security awareness training that they passed. And it's pretty cool to see.
That DD. I always download my certificates.
Yeah, DD.
So, upgrade your access controls, lock down your USBs, security wireless systems, replace the legacy tech, use encrypted rolling signals if you can. If you don't know what rolling signals are, it's a more advanced tech than, say, your key fob, for example, Ryan. If I was going to use key fob to open your door, right? That particular system for newer vehicles, newer computers, uses a rolling code system instead of one static code. So instead of capturing it with that one-time code here, it makes it a little bit harder with rolling codes, but unfortunately still can be done with rolling codes. Okay. So update those. Security is your employees are your first line of defense. So again, training on that. Try to get a good one. DD is out there hacking the planet. Work with IT professionals like Tony and Ryan to get security audits, monitoring, and testing. We can do it. We offer all this stuff. At the end of the day, the flipper is not a threat. It can be a threat, but it's nothing too crazy to really worry about. It exposes existing vulnerabilities, physical security, cybersecurity. Unfortunately, small businesses are really, really easy targets. Awareness plus those upgrades that we talked about is going to be your biggest bet for protection.
You got a cybersecurity guy at your office? Again, we're not trying to sell this product, but if you had a guy that does cybersecurity at your office, this would make a cool Christmas gift.
Oh, yeah.
If you got a high school kid or a college kid that's into tech, this is a cool gift because this is not supposed to be a hacking tool. It's a research tool.
Yeah, exactly.
And some of the things it can do is eye-opening, but it also shows you ways that you can protect your business. So like if your security guy's doing it and he's testing things around the office, then he can show you where you guys are vulnerable and actually give you the proof in the pudding, instead of just giving you a piece of paper that says, yeah, you have to do this and spend this kind of money. So it is kind of a cool tool to have. I've heard a lot about researchers using it, and I don't hear the negative side of it of people using it. So again, it's there for research, which is great.
Yeah. And if this $200 device can, expose your business, imagine what a real attacker could do.
Yeah,
with even worse equipment.
And trust me, there's other devices out there that aren't made by this company that are way more dangerous. So this just shows you where you're vulnerable. And there's other ones out there. It's just a Swiss Army knife. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And like you said, Ryan, it's something that you can learn from and really kind of going into the ins and outs of things without doing anything, illegal, of course. But just kind of learning how wireless systems work, all the information that kind of floats over your head. It's kind of interesting to see all that stuff. So,
yeah.
If you're uncertain about how secure your systems are, now's the time to find out before somebody else does for you, unfortunately. If you're a business owner, you're curious about your overall cyber hygiene, any kind of technological weaknesses, please feel free to reach out. Go down in the comments. I check them out all the time. Let us know. All of our information is going to be in the description box below. We love to hear from you guys. Tony and Ryan will always answer questions. And yeah, that's all I've got for you.
And if your neighborhood kid stole your beer using one of those, before you call the cops, send them to me because we can always use some pretty smart employees. We'll train them right and teach them how to do it.
I got to ask you, Ryan, because this is my first time here on the episode.
Yeah.
What is your tip of the week?
Oh my gosh, I never even had time to talk about tip of the week. My tip of the week is going to be, I gave two.
We got a bunch of tips.
If you really think about it, I gave two good ones, right? Maybe a Christmas gift. Maybe something for your cybersecurity guy at your office or someone that's smart. And again, if you got somebody that's smart and knows how to use something like this and is very interested in technology, we're always looking for someone. So drop something in the comments. We're willing to work. We're willing to see what's going on.
And again, be vigilant out there. Cybersecurity awareness, training. Get that training and keep your employees and your business safe.
Yeah. So usually it's Tony takes us out. You want to take us out?
Sure, let's do it. Well, thank you, folks, for tuning in to the Business Owners IT Podcast, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Unique computing solutions. Your IT challenges solved.